Family and sports were pivotal for Bob Royak and his family growing up in Guilderland, New York.
We played everything growing up, everything, basketball, Little League.
While the Royaks played a variety of sports, golf eventually took center stage.
My dad was a golfer.
Just an advocate of the game and what it could do for you.
Introduced it to us probably, when we were just young kids.
Bob got his first taste of victory in 1979 when he won the New York State Junior at Soaring Eagles Golf Club.
Well, it was down in Horseheads, New York. It was match play. Just managed to get all the way through. When you consider the state of New York, the number of great players that have gone through there, it felt like it was a big deal. I was just, happy to come out on top.
He had pretty good junior golf career, won the New York State Junior Amateur title, and the next thing you know, he was like, I'm going south. He got in touch with a couple of schools down there, and then it was University of Tampa, their coach.
Royak caught the attention of Chuck Winship, the head coach at the University of Tampa. Soon the New Yorker would be heading to Florida.
Just looked like it was a good school. I didn't want to go to one of the larger schools down there. I just kind of had an idea. I wanted to go to somewhere warm and try to test my skills.
While at the University of Tampa, Bob was able to hone his golf game, earning second-team All-American honors in 1982.
He just got better by leaps and bounds because he was working on his game all the time.
It was great. We played in the Nationals a couple of the years that I was there.
And then one of his roommates, Brian Clare, made the PGA Tour, which gave him even some more impetus.
And then started playing some mini tour golf in the state of Florida.
After a few years of trying his hand at the professional ranks, Bob decided it was time to begin his career off the course and regain his amateur status in the 1990s.
It was just time to kind of get out into the business world and started doing that. I didn't play a lot. I just all over.
Though his game took a back seat as he started his career, a move out to St. Ives Country Club in Johns Creek, Georgia in the early 2000s gave him the opportunity to spend more time on his craft.
I had a place to practice and play on a regular basis. My first memory of playing a GSJ event where I felt like I was kind of back into it was the state mid-am. I think I was either leading or right on the lead going into that final round. I actually made a hole-in-one on the 8th hole.
It took a bit to get his game back in competitive shape, but in 2003 and 2004, Royak qualified for the U.S. Amateur at historic Oakmont and Wingfoot, and the 2004 U.S. Mid-Amateur at Sea Island.
That was my first experience playing at Sea Island, and they were terrific. They were a lot of fun to play.
When he became eligible for senior golf, Bob began making serious noise in the state and national levels. In 2017, he won the Gasparilla Senior and a competitive Georgia Senior Championship at Idle Hour.
So many good players here in the state of Georgia. That kind of maybe validated that my game was improving, getting better.
In 2018, Bob decided to make a serious lifestyle change to compete at the highest level.
2018, going into 2019, I made a bunch of different changes and spent some time with Scott Hamilton out of Cartersville. I worked with some trainers, changed my diet around a little bit. All that kind of added up to just feeling better.
All of those changes paid dividends because 2019 was the year of Royak. He won his second Gasparilla Senior title to begin the year and the Georgia Senior Match Play in April. He then earned medalist honors to qualify for the U.S. Senior Open and added a top 15 finish at the British Senior Amateur.
I had just come off playing over at North Berwick in the Senior Am and had a good event there, so I was feeling pretty good.
He arrived at Old Chatham Golf Club in Durham, North Carolina for the U.S. Senior Amateur with confidence, and even a disappointing first round of qualifying couldn't stop his momentum.
I just played poorly, drove it really bad. If you miss the fairways at Old Chatham, the rough was 3-4 inches. Bermuda, it was brutal, so you just had to keep it in place.
77, we're thinking, oh my goodness, and we didn't have anybody following us at all. As we're walking up to the 12th tee of that first round, I noticed this guy standing over on the side. Lo and behold, our caddy master from Albany Country Club. We ended up playing into the rest of the round being bar.
Royak quickly found his game and advanced all the way to the semifinal match against Jeff Wilson.
We went a couple extra holes. We had a rain delay into the extra holes. So we were sitting out in the middle of the golf course for about 45 minutes and ended up winning the match on the third extra hole.
Bob was now in the final match of the U.S. Senior Amateur.
They got a lead right off the start, and then he won a couple holes right in the middle of the match. I might have been one down, and scratched out a couple wins. Got to the 18th hole. 18th hole's probably, the hardest hole on the course. Told Jack all I got to do is make 4 here, and that's it.
With that putt, Bob Royak joined the likes of Georgia Golf Hall of Fame members Bobby Jones, Danny Yates, and his good friend Doug Hansel to become a USGA champion.
Just great satisfaction. You become part of the USGA at that point, and that's also led to meeting and being a part of a whole different golf world.
Royak is one of the top senior players in a highly competitive Georgia and also the country. He's earned the Georgia State Golf Association's Tommy Barnes Award twice, which honors the top player in Georgia. He's taken home a Georgia Men's Player of the Year and 4 Georgia Senior Men's Player of the Year awards, and he's the only person to win the Georgia Men's and Senior Player of the Year awards in the same year. Bob continues to perform well in Georgia. He's teamed up with Doug Hansel to win the last 5 Georgia Senior 4-ball championships, including setting a championship scoring record. In 2021, he won the Georgia Mid-Am at the age of 60.
It really means a lot to be selected as the top player in the state of Georgia when you consider the number of great players that are here in the state.
Royak remains a tough competitor on the national scene. His career has seen him play in 24 USGA championships, including 15 since age 55, and he's made it to match play at each of the 7 U.S. senior amateurs he's participated, and he's won at least 1 match in 6. He's also won 2 Jones Cup Senior Invitationals, notched victories at the National Senior Amateur Hall of Fame Tournament, Coleman Senior Invitational, the Lupton Memorial Senior, and the most recent Senior North-South Amateur, among others. He was also part of the victorious Team USA at the 2022 Concession Cup.
That was a big deal. That was fun. Guys from all over the country, and Danny Yates was our captain. We played at Valderrama. We had an epic comeback in the singles to win it.
In 2023, Royak received a prestigious induction into the National Senior Amateur Hall of Fame, a testament to his remarkable achievements and contributions to the sport.
I'm just grateful to be recognized. Really big honor.
Bob Royak's golf career is far from over, but now his legacy will be forever remembered as a member of the Georgia Golf Hall of Fame.
It means a lot to Bob. It took a commitment, a plan, a lot of hours and years and months of work.
I hope he's satisfied. I hope he's proud of his accomplishments.
Probably the highest honor he's ever had, I'm sure. It's got to be. I mean, winning the U.S. Senior Amateur is one thing, but being in the Hall of Fame for the state of Georgia, that's a big deal.
Bob, congratulations. You deserve it. You've earned it. You put in the work, and as a result, you're one of the best.
With all of his honors and accomplishments, Bob Royak is remembering the person who started it all for him.
You'd have to go back to, all because of my dad. My dad's the one who introduced me to the game. He loved playing golf. He's hasn't been here for 23 years now, and he was a big part of my life growing up. And he'd be really proud.